Excuse me. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Let me get this in the right position. I want this to be in. There we go. Like that. Happy Friday, happy Friday. What's going on, Ashley? Drake, what's goody? So, just being candid here. Spent the last night in the hospital. My wife had to go to the hospital. Had to get everything together. Just kind of rush out the house. Wife was in so much pain, she couldn't really move. Had to help her get in the car. Take her to the hospital late last night, get my son out to bed, and got back home. You know how it is in the emergency room. Got back at 5:30 a.m. this morning. So it's been a rough day. It's been a rough day, rough night. Really didn't get a lot of sleep. You know, had to get up this morning, get my son situated and all that. Which y'all know, who y'all who do have kids and stuff like that, you know how that is. But you know, it was very excruciating. My wife she was in pain like the whole entire time. Luckily, right now she's not in the same amount of pain anymore. I am gonna have to go out and get some medication today. We got to pick that up, but she's just been resting for right now. They still don't even know what the problem is. She still has to even go back to the hospital today, but luckily she's got some morphine that they gave her that helps subside the pain, and whatever it was that was going on, it definitely passed. Hopefully it passed permanently, but that's not why y'all are watching. Just being very candid, I was actually going to post a video. I actually recorded the video last night, and I was actually sitting on my couch editing the video as my wife, basically called me on the phone, told me to come upstairs and do everything. So I actually recorded the video. I was going to post the video last night. I didn't finish editing the video, and I didn't want anybody to think I forgot about them, but definitely got to take care of family. It was scary. It was very, very painful that I really couldn't do anything, just sitting there watching my wife in pain. That's a very scary position to be in, to be able, or just just to sit there in suspense, like, and not being able to do that. The only thing I could do was just curse at the people at the front desk, because there was like 6 people ahead of us, and I was like, hey, we've been waiting here for a long time, because as you can see, my wife is physically in pain. You can see her face, like she's bent over, like her whole left side was numb and in pain, her whole back was in pain, her abdomen was in pain. Like, it was just excruciating. And so I'm sitting there like, yeah, is there any way? And I'm like, well, how long have people been waiting? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, 3 hours. And that's when I flipped. 3 hours? Oh, no, no, no. That's when the instant aggressive husband kicked in. Like, nah, y'all need to have some type of protocol for levels of pain. I know my wife is not bleeding, but y'all gonna have to get my wife back there. Like, it ain't no way we waiting here for 3 hours for her to get seen. She gonna pass out on this floor. My wife ain't no skinny girl. Y'all gonna have to pick her up off the floor and carry her into that back room. And I don't think y'all want to be able to. Y'all want to carry her nowhere. Y'all don't want to carry her if she fall on this floor. And if she hit her head, then I'm gonna flip on y'all. If she bleeding, oh, y'all gonna really have a problem. And so after going back up there twice, I actually got them to actually take me seriously. And finally, we got back into the back room. But we said the wait so long. It's still, how emergency rooms are, period. It's still a wait just to get the results and stuff like that from blood tests and all that kind of stuff, urine samples and stuff. Anyway, that's what kind of had me all messed up. I'm still in the same hoodie. Like, I wore this hoodie yesterday. Like, y'all know I don't wear too many hoodies like two days in a row like that. Like, not that I'm stinking and stuff like that, but put this hoodie on again because I really haven't had time to even do anything. Like, I barely slept today. So everything real. Once again, make sure I didn't miss any messages here. Oh yeah, thank you for the prayers out there. I'm not even telling you this for prayers. Like, it's not a sob story, you know. So I know a lot of people do that on social media. They post pictures even at the funeral, like their father died. They post a screenshot, selfie with my dad in the funeral bed, you know, or in the casket. Like, no, that's not cool, man. Like, keep that, you know, just kind of keep that, you know. But I just say that to let people know that I'm, you know, still human, you know, still go through a lot of things. I'm not just online and doing things. I got things that, you know, have to take care of, but not doing it for, you know, a lot of crying out and, you know, oh, feel sorry for, you know, me, that kind of thing. Just telling y'all that real. Just telling y'all, you know, that real. Gotta take care of family first. Definitely take care of family first. And you know, that was the, you know, reason for me not even posting the video. Not post it because I'm lazy and all that kind of stuff. I'm definitely not a lazy person. So even the people who if you turned in the file yesterday, if you paid for a service yesterday, your file did not get uploaded today. It did not. I'm sorry. That was not my priority this morning. My priority was getting my wife situated and trying to get my son situated as well, because I had my son, no babysitter, you know, to kind of leave him with somebody while I took my wife to the hospital, so I take him with me. And so that was already a struggle right there. So after coming home, my son was hungry, fed him some chicken nuggets, or they're like chicken fingers and rice. That's what he wanted. Putting him back to sleep, and then trying to go to sleep myself. Like, I didn't have the energy to do anything and turn into anything. So anybody who paid for a service yesterday, I'm just letting you know, your file has not been uploaded. All right, so that's just, it's not that your service won't get done, that it just was not done last night. So it probably won't get on the desk of the credit bureaus until Monday morning, which it probably won't be processed until Wednesday, maybe Thursday, when it'll get processed and accepted. All right, so just putting that out there for everybody. Now, more happy news. Let's talk about the perfect profile and also answer some questions here. And I'll go through questions here. I got some questions first. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, we had to go through the triage. You know, we went through the triage protocol and all that. You know, so you already went through that, and then we had to wait for the room. One of the rooms was occupied because, and this is probably TMI, but I'm telling you because I'm answering your question. Okay, my wife had a miscarriage. She had a ectopic. I'm bad with terminology. Y'all know that. Ectopic pregnancy, and so that's when I believe that's when, like, the egg is growing in the uterus, or I don't know. So give me all the technical stuff, but basically, the pregnancy had to be terminated just based on where the baby was growing at, and so with that, there are different things that you have to worry about when it comes to health. That's why I said that she needed to be pushed up into the line, because they don't know if she had a kidney stone or if she had a rupture, you know. And so dealing with that type of pregnancy, like having a rupture, is common. And that's why I was pushing so hard for her to be seen, because she could have possibly had that rupture. I was like, F protocol at this point. Right now, my wife basically is she could be bleeding internally on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't see the blood, but y'all need to go ahead and take this serious. Like, there's blood gushing out of her face right now. So anyway, let me see if I got any questions here. Okay, let's see. Boy, yeah, 3 hours. That's why I was like, man, shh. All right. All right, Mr. Ville Frank. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You need a bankruptcy removed and 40K worth of debt removed. Now, hopefully that bankruptcy is zeroed out. I'm going to assume that it's zeroed out. All right. 40K of debt. If you want an actual quote for that right now, just make sure that you don't have any other closed accounts, because whatever you tell me, that's what's going to get removed. Let me give you an actual price that you'll pay for that. And then we'll talk about this perfect profile here while I still try to answer some questions and stuff. 40K, 40K. You're in that 8% range. So you're looking at 40,000 times 8%. Which is 3,200, plus you have the bankruptcy, which is an additional $600 just for that. So you're looking at 3,800 if you want to get that off of your profile. Okay, 3,800. I said, that's deadly, bro. My ex lost over 2 pints of blood because she was pregnant in her tubes and they ruptured. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was like, you know, I was trying to not act my color, if y'all know what that means. And that doesn't, I'm not knocking black people and stuff like that, but sometimes, you know, sometimes if you are a black person watching this, you know, sometimes you have to act your, you know, it's that thing. And I say that because people, you know, people who work their job, they act a certain way. They don't always act their color or act the natural in their natural form. And so, you know, I'm trying to be nice. I can get things done. You know, I'm trying to be proper, not too proper, but just trying to be like, yo, you know, I need some help. We need help, blah, blah, blah. But when that doesn't work, you have to activate, you know, sometimes you got to activate those magical black powers you have. And a lot of passion comes out. A lot of people can't handle that passion. You know what I'm saying? So they call it, like, you know, acting black or acting your color type thing. So that passion just kind of poured out, like, yo, like, something gonna have to get done. I had to get kind of gully for a minute and use some choice words and things like that people say it's politically incorrect. But yeah, I had to kind of act my color a little bit in order to get things done. That's just how it goes, man. Just how it goes. I'm not gonna get into that. Let's see. Is this the perfect profile for funding? Yes. The perfect profile. Period. I don't care if it's. I mean, I believe that everything is done for funding. Y'all probably hear me say that a lot. If you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get funding to me. If you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get funding. You're trying to get a credit card, that's funding. Still funding. So it can be for anything you're trying to use it for. But I'm talking about how to build the perfect profile. How do you start the process? All you have to do is call the 1-800 number, which I can't type in on this one. I'm not on my computer. On my iPad, it doesn't allow me to chat back. I can only actually see chats, which is crazy. You know, I don't know why they have it like that. All messages. There we go. But you want to call, and the number is 1-8333, the letter J, and then KNOWS. So 1-8333 J knows, which is 1-8333-556697. My assistant will help you with getting started, help give you the link that you have to, you know, sign up for and fill out, and also assist you with how to make your payment as well. Keep in mind that for sweeps and everything, for packages, they're all paid for in full. There are no payment plans for those things. Okay. To get them to move, sometimes you need to come out of character and use words they understand. Yeah, man, I had to do that. Like, it's not, you know, The niceties went out the window. No more Mr. Nice J and all that. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I am the same, but I still try to show people respect. You know, I definitely try to give people respect, especially if they're, you know, in a place of service, because I've been in services, I've been in retail, I've been in customer service, I've been in food service, you know, so I understand about what you have to do when you're in services. I have people who are in, you know, the nursing field. My sister's in nursing school, you know. I have friends that are doctors. I have clients that are doctors. I have clients that are nurses, you know. And so, like, I hear a lot of things about it, and, you know, try to be understanding about that. But at some point, you got to activate them powers, man. Like, yo, y'all not hearing me. This ain't gonna work. Okay. So this will have to be paid. You got to be paid in full. You're talking about a credit sweep. Now, if you're talking about traditional credit repair, if you want traditional credit repair, you can actually do that, but it won't be in 45 business days. Traditional credit repair will be $79. You pay that up front, and then you pay $120 per month for 6 months. We can also, you know, still alleviate that bankruptcy for you. But it'll take more time. That's all that is. So if you're asking about traditional service because you don't want to pay that much, pay $79, $120 a month if you have the time. Let's say you got a year before you want to go get funding, or 10 months, something like that. Then yes, that's what you want to do. If you don't have the time, you have to invest the money to get it all faster. That's how that process works. Okay. I'm not trying to make you spend that. I'm just trying to. I just assumed you were talking about a credit sweep. And that's my apologies. You work in the emergency room? Oh, okay. For sure. Well, yeah. I mean, and I wasn't, you know, I was being very respectful, but it just kind of, I got to that point where I need you to, you're going to have to do more. I need to talk to somebody in a higher place or something, or this is not going to be a good day or a good night for anybody in here. What's been the average personal loan amount you usually get? 650 people. Well, you want to get, as far as where your scores are right now, your scores look decent, but it's not just your scores that's going to be the issue. It's going to be, I mean, people can have a 600 credit score and have two to three collections. You know, so it's going to be based on your overall profile, not just your score by itself. You can have one negative, you know, but you don't want to have 2 or 3 negatives. You're automatically going to be disqualified for that. So, like I said, your scores are not really as important as your profile looking pretty good. And also being able to verify the income. Got to be able to verify the income that they're asking you for, whatever you tell me to put down on the application. You got to be able to back that information up. If you can't, then you'll automatically be denied with that. Oh yeah, Daryl, I appreciate that, man. But you know, we'll have everything in for you. You know, you're paying $120 a month for 6 months. That's all. Even if it takes longer than 6 months, you're only paying for 6, unlike most companies where you're paying forever. Thanks for the info to get that Navy Federal 25K again. Oh yeah, if y'all actually saw my post, this guy here, Daryl, this is the guy who actually got the 25K card the other day. So y'all might have seen that on Instagram or seen it on my pictures there. But yeah, that's him. I had to screenshot you, man. I had to screenshot you on that 25K card you got. I had to show that off, man. I was like, yeah, you went and got it. And that's for everybody who is, I mean, if you're starting out with Navy, the best card to get, especially if your profile is very thin, the best card to start off with is going to be that cash rewards card. They're known for giving 25K. And I know, because I got my wife 25K. Her profile wasn't thin, but I've tried it with other people also as well. Who I've been able to get them 25K cards with Navy with that cash reward. If you have a, you know, somewhat thin profile, they'll throw the money at you. They'll throw the money at you. Is check systems going to be a problem for what exactly? If you have check systems, it can be a problem for funding, for certain funding sources. Like I said, I don't have a process for that. I'll have to look more into that. I haven't even dug into that whatsoever. But that question is coming up more and more. My scores are going up, but you're right. My profile is killing me. Trucker's life. Do you need to make a large income to get decent funding? Not a large amount. Everybody's definition of large. I think that an average income is like 35K. That's an average income. Well, not everywhere, of course, but I'm not talking about average household. I'm talking about average incomes like 35K. So 35K, like 35K to 50K, I think is a very decent income to get funding with. I'm not saying you can't get it for less than that. It's really that your profile has to be able to make up for it as well. Your credit profile. Credit profile and actual income is what's going to make the difference. What's your profile look like, Daryl? What did Daryl Jackson do to get that 25K? Well, I'll tell you. He'll probably comment himself though. But I know like he's called and asked questions. He's actually got my services. He actually got his inquiries removed off his report. We removed his I think it was 9 inquiries off of his TransUnion report, I believe we did for him. Let me see. Yep, because that was him. That's him right there. Those are his 9 inquiries that we took off. See, that's a screenshot there. Those are the 9 inquiries we got off for him yesterday, or that they kicked in yesterday. And so that's his age of history. He has no derogatories. He has over 33 accounts, which, and I'll go over this too. This is actually cool. I hope you don't mind me even, showing this more in a in a light. But his utilization is low. 100% on-time payments. And I'm actually going to use this as a little catalyst here. I'm just going to show some things about that. Now this right here isn't the perfect. Let me see, make sure I mention this. Okay, this isn't the perfect, because of course everything's not green here. You see, got a little orange or red area right there. But I'm still going to use this as a basis to kind of go over and talk about. But he was even telling me, and he can tell you this himself. But he was telling me that, he just listened. He just watched videos that I made and listened. Like, everybody's not. Of course he did get his inquiries removed, which helped as well, because if you got more inquiries, you're not gonna get approved, or approved as much. So he went from having 9 inquiries to having 0 inquiries. Now, when you apply with them, it's like, oh, he doesn't have any inquiries. Bam, let's give him a card. Very easy. But he also called me yesterday morning to tell me he wanted to get his other inquiries done off his other reports. And while he had me on the phone, he asked me some questions. He told me he got his Navy account, and what he should do to apply, or when he should apply, what are the best things to do when you do apply, and that kind of thing. So so yeah, there he is right there. His TransUnion was 689. He had no inquiries on there, which I just showed you that, and he got that 25K card. And I go back here to these questions. What's going on, Gold Chaser? Mr. Villefranc, or Villefranche, I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. Yes. Hey, Daryl, which bureau they pull from? Mike, they pull from TransUnion. That's what Navy pulls when it comes to their credit cards. When it comes to personal loans, mortgages, houses, all that kind of stuff, they're going to pull Equifax. Any other type of funding. But for credit cards, they're going to pull Trans. How long after applying for the Navy card will you receive a reply? You receive a reply instantly, even if it's positive or negative. If it's positive, you're going to be able to get that, like that screenshot he just sent that I showed you. That was him hitting the button to apply, and within a couple of seconds of cycling, it shows you're approved. Okay? When you're not approved, it'll say, well, you'll receive a letter in the mail, or it'll say, we cannot verify information, please call, or we'll call you, or something like that for most companies that you apply for if it's not instant. There are some credit card companies where they have to verify your income, or they just want to be a pain in the butt and you know, have to call you on the phone. Or if you have a block on your credit, you got a credit freeze, something like that, they will you will not get an instant decision. You will have to call, and they have to verify your PIN code with your credit freeze and stuff like that, or you have to remove the freeze first before they actually give you an approval or disapproval, to answer your question. All right. I started off with the cash rewards, then they approved me for the gray visa for $10,000. Now I want to move up. Hey, Navy, you can get 3 accounts. You can get 3 credit cards. All right. I have my cards right over here. Got a whole stack here. I got the Magic Sheets card you can get. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Another Sheets card right there. Cards. So, Go Rewards card. And then, the Flagship, which is their top card. Those are the 2 that I have. But you can actually get 3. You can actually get 3 credit card accounts with Navy. I'll be getting my 3rd one probably around, let me try to spread it out here. Let's see, it's February, March, April, May. Probably around May or June, I'll start my next round of funding. And I'll get their 3rd card from them. Also a 2nd Discover card as well. And a lot of other cards. I'm not going to every card, but yeah, don't be down about that. If you want to move up, keep that card and just get another card. But when it comes to 2nd cards, you do have to verify income. If you need help verifying income, as far as change, if you already got some W-2s or, you know, some pay stubs, and you need to boost what it says, I can help boost what it says. And if you don't need help, then, you know, of course, you're fine. See, I joined Navy Federal. I have the secured and just got approved for 500 unsecured. Again, I think it's my profile. Yep. But no worries. They'll give you increase. You get an increase on Navy within 3 to 4 months. You can just apply for an increase there without a hard inquiry. How soon after purchasing the 3 AUs will they show up on your profile? I'm asking because I need to put this info on my calendar to reach my deadline. Now, Ashley, every credit card has a different reporting date, and it all depends on when you buy the particular lines of credit. So, for an example, if you were to get a pack of AUs, it's based on what's available. So those the availability may be all tied up for the beginning of March. Let's say all the cards are going to report on the let's say on the 20th. They're going to report on or one's going to report on the 20th, one's going to report on the 24th, one's going to report on the 7th. So on February the 7th, it reports for the main account holder. Every credit card company does things differently. Some AUs report the same day as it reports to the primary user. Some credit cards will have to wait. You have to wait up to 10 business days for it to report to the authorized user. So if the reporting date is the 6th, it possibly won't report until the 16th. Okay? Well, not even, that's 10 regular days. I'm just saying 10 business days. So let's say that, you know, the 20th, for an example. So it's not like it's a set time for AUs to hit everybody's profile. There's no set reporting date for every single credit card. So depending on what set of cards you on, you're going to have them hit at different times. All right, let's see. Is Equifax the hardest of the 3 credit bureaus to deal with? Stephanie, not exactly. So Experian is the hardest when it comes to inquiries. Getting inquiries off, Experian is the hardest. Getting addresses off your profile, making changes to your profile, Experian is the hardest. Equifax is the hardest for bankruptcies, child support, repossessions. That's what they're the hardest with. Do the credit agencies want now to remove inquiries? Do the credit agency want... I don't know what your question is, Jason. If you can reword that for me, that'll be great. I don't understand the question. All right, my apologies for not understanding. Maybe it's a little small typo in there. I started off with a $500 card, then went up after 6 months, got approved for a $10,000 Visa card. Hey, that's a fantastic thing. Thank you for sharing that, Red Stoy. And so those of y'all who got a $500 card, I actually got one of my clients a $500 Navy card that we just, just apply for to help him, build and get some money on his profile. But it's good to know that, so we can get you upgraded. Go from 500 to 10,000. That's a fantastic jump. You ain't gonna get that with no Capital One card. They gonna play you hard and give you 700. And not $7 increase, and give you 700. Like, you start at 500, oh, well, we'll upgrade you to 700 or 750. Can you remove increase of accounts you have? Yes, Damien. I'm not sure how long you've been watching me. I can remove increase, no matter if they're account holding or not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're account holding or not. They can come off. They can come off. Now, those of y'all who don't or who are not already subscribed, please subscribe, follow the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm doing videos. Also, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. That's me, J Knows Credit, Jay Knows Credit. No underscores, no spaces. You also see I post different information there. And there is my lovely wife right there as well. If you don't know, got to show off my first lady, okay? Always important, to show off. And then there's my mini me right there, if y'all don't know. But y'all can kind of see a little bit more than just, not just, credit information, but you can kind of see some other personal things there as well. So very cool. I definitely respond back and comment back on all of my people who comment on my pictures and videos and all that, so that's really cool. Okay, quick pause for the cause. Let's get back to it. What car companies help build credit? I actually have the videos on those card companies that help you build credit. I have a video that's called $9,000 in primary trade lines. I got a video that's called $14,000 in primary trade lines. I got one that says $5,000, the new primary trade line. Those are the ones that actually help you build your credit. So they pull from TransUnion for the credit cards. Bet. Said, like, look, that's all you had to say. Say less. I actually had to wait 24 hours because of the fraud sending alert. Okay, you did. Okay. Got you. Hell yeah, they are. I call and talk strong to transfer talk to supervisors and managers, all that. Is a Credit Suite guaranteed to remove all negatives in 45 days? Yes, and it's 45 business days to be technical. But absolutely. Just did a client. Just did a client for that. There's just hit. This is a client from a mid-January client whose information had just information had just fell off there, and I posted that as well. That was from theirs, and I already had their inquiries off from a previous inquiry service, so see that has no increase. And then you see those derogatory marks, those collections they had are gone. And so all they gotta do is just lower their utilization. Everything else looks fantastic for their profile. Okay, so the actual Credit Suite price is based on how many total accounts you have, what is the total amount of debt you have on those said accounts, and what type of accounts. So that could be you want to get rid of student loans, or you don't. You want to get rid of you know, collections. Collections are basic. There's no extra cost for collections. There's no extra cost for charge accounts. There is extra for child support, student loans, bankruptcies and repossessions and judgments and tax liens, all that kind of stuff. Those things are 100% extra money. So that's why there's no set price on that. You charge too much. That's fine. You don't have to get the service. It's not a debate. I'm not trying to debate prices. I'm not trying to compete with anybody else's prices. My prices are what my prices are. So, you know, you can go shop somewhere for any service. If you don't like the price, then you go shop somewhere else. It's that simple. You telling me that does not change my price whatsoever. Let's see here. All right. Let's talk about these profiles. I'll use this one for an example. Let me go back to it. Let's talk about this perfect profile. Sorry, I missed your question. What's the least a sweep can cost? $800. My bro, I just got off the phone from overnight, so I'm out, and I will keep you in my prayers. Night, night. So for Navy, I need to get your increased service, or will traditional credit do that? Of course, it's pace, speed. I understand. Actually, just let the process work that you're going through now. If there's any increases that are left over, then we can take care of those if that's the case. Is it true after being removed off of AU Trade Line, the average time of the good reporting remains on the profile? So that card will still show up on your profile. Excuse me. It'll show as a closed account. Sometimes they still show open on certain people's profiles, but they'll show the payment stop. Like, for an example, if the payment reporting stopped reporting October of 2018, it could still possibly show open, but it'll stop. It won't report up to date to now. It'll say the reporting stopped. If you look at the actual open up the payment section, you'll see the last reporting date was October 2018. A lot of times it'll show closed, but that history will still be there. Hopefully that answered your question. Is it true after being okay? Yeah, so I heard you can use your personal money to create a line of credit and build credit that way. Is that true? Yes, that is. The way they have you doing that is basically through a secured credit card. You're taking a secured card. You're basically putting up your own money and borrowing from your own money, basically. So you put up $200 to get a secured card. They'll give you a secured credit card. That's actually something you can use to help build your credit as well. I just suggest everybody to get one of the lines because you get you get a bigger line. You get 5K, 2,500, stuff like that, instead of getting just a secured card. But it's up to you. What number do I call? 1-8333 J knows. That's 1-8333-556697. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Will, what's going on, man? Jimmy, it's okay to be late. What's a good score for Navy Federal flagship card? I haven't done enough testing to tell you exactly, but I'm going to say, just to be on the safe side, you want to be over 750. 750 or above with TransUnion, which is not hard with TransUnion. A lot of people's TransUnion are their highest scores. For, I think, the majority of profiles that I look at, TransUnion usually is a client's highest score. So it shouldn't be that hard to get that particular thing up, especially with all the rental karma type stuff. People are able to put, you know, their rental payment history, some of that on that profile. Shouldn't be hard to get that score up over 750. Okay. Is business funding contingent on personal funding or credit? Business funding is going to be contingent on your business profile, even if you're okay. People don't really know I I hear different things that people tell me, but I'm going to tell you what it is. If you have a business and you have not got funding for your business yet at all, you haven't got any business credit cards whatsoever, they are going to look at your personal profile to make sure you're not going to run off on the plug and take their money and pay off your personal debts, take care of your personal situations. I don't care how much money your business is generating. I don't care if you have 5 locations and your business has been booming and you're bringing in $300,000 a month and all that they still are going to ask you for your personal social security number and stuff like that, because you haven't got anything established. No matter how much money you're making, doesn't matter. So they're going to look at it. Now, they may not use that and have it posted as a PG. That's not necessarily the case all the time. But they still want to see to make sure that they're looking at their risk to reward. Yes, you make all this money, but how much personal debt you got? What are your personal problems? That's why it's very important for your personal scores to be high enough and your profile to look good enough, so when you're getting business funding only, when you don't want to get it through a PG, that they can just kind of glance at your personal file and say, okay, that looks fine, and then here's your money. But here, let me see that. That's the best I can do till I get on my feet and have more money coming in. I feel that. Definitely do that. Do that secure card then, man. Build that credit up. Number again, had to get a pen. 18333 J, the letter J, KNOWS, J knows. Or 18333 556697. All right. Utilization dropped from 59% down to 18% after purchasing the trade lines. Say true, makes sense. Can I call now about the credit sweep? You definitely can call now. That's going to go to my assistant. She'll take care of you. Jay, do you or can you add rent payments to a person's credit profile? I cannot add them to anybody's profile. I've seen services for that, but I can't do that for you. Keep spreading knowledge. Lucky 7. I appreciate it. Salute. $79 down for the sweep. No, sir. There is no down payments for the sweep, sir. I don't know what you've been hearing. $79 is for traditional credit repair. Thanks, Ashley. I'm homeless right now, so money I make is used instantly. I make $150 a day with side jobs and certain gigs I line up. The grind is real. The grind is real. But yeah, I appreciate you getting on here, even with you in your situation, man. That shows a lot of courage to do that. I'm going with the ultimate package. Let's go. Let's do it. Need that trucker package. I'm with you. What is required for hard inquiry removals? What is required as far as what you got to turn in to me to do them? I'm not sure that's your question. If that is your question, you'll need your ID, social security card, billing statement, something that shows that you can, something to help prove your address. That's all I need. And then I just need you to tell me which ones you want removed. You got to do a minimum of 5 inquiries. So you might have, 25 inquiries total from all 3 credit bureaus. You might say, okay, well, I just want you to get me the 10 off, the 10 I have now, to take off the 10 off Experian for me, and we'll do that. Excuse me. Do I need Navy account to get a charge card? Navy doesn't do charge cards. They just do credit cards. If you want a charge card, you can go get you an Amex. Hey Jay, I have great profile, 750 score. Interested in receiving personal loan funding, 100K. Is the personal loan funding company's APR? What is the low end and highest APR? Also, my debt to income is under 15%. All right, great information you just gave me there. What is your income? Mr. Ace, what is your income? Love the pricing you gave out yesterday. I like the 5K truckers package and the damn ultimate 7,500. I didn't use the word I'm supposed to be using. Read it. You helped me out a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, how much for the sweep? I think I might answer that right. I'm not sure, but it's based on um, your total number of accounts, type of accounts, and total amount of debt you want to get removed. Can we do the ultimate and just add the trucker tax in? Yeah, you can do that. I can throw that in there for you. With the ultimate package, how soon for funding personal loans? That depends on how soon for funding. Well, if you got the package, like if you're gonna buy a sweep, you can turn around and go ahead and get the turn this off. You can turn around and go ahead and get your AU packages, because with the sweep, it's going to take 45 business days. A lot of times, even if you're paying for, like, say if you paid for the whole package, I might wait, 2 to 3 weeks. Look at what I have look at what I have on file, see when those are going to report, and then I'm like, okay, well, I can put you on these AUs, because I want to have it to where right around the same time all of your negative items come off, those AUs can hit, and then we can go ahead and do funding. Like, I'm not trying to wait. I'm trying to do it as fast as possible. So I might, if you were to buy the AUs and get the sweep at the same time, paying for it at the same time, I would just kind of look at it and kind of pace it out based on previous results. I'll say, okay, well, I might wait 2 weeks, add those AUs to your profile. They hit around the same time all of your stuff gets removed. Now, everything else, like the increase, is going to be faster usually than the sweep. So, basically everything can happen so fast. I would say from 0 to funding, still the same, like 60 days, like 60, 70 days. I think that's very, very reasonable if you're getting everything at the same time. If you're not, it could take, 120 days if you're, not doing it all at one time. But I think that's a very reasonable time frame. How much for inquiry removals? I have about 24 across all 3 bureaus. Right now, Alfonso Graves, inquiry removals right now are only $40 per inquiry. If you wait until March 1st, they'll be $50 per inquiry. And then also going forward, if you wanted to get funding at some point where you want to go apply for a lot of cars, houses, and credit cards, I do have what's called a UIS, which is the Unlimited Inquiry Service. And that is $725 you pay up front. And you can rep as many inquiries as you want over a 90-day period, and you'll get them all removed by me. But you want to remove your previous ones first. Ace, 90K income. Well, I've done 50K in funding as far as personal loan funding. I haven't done over 50K yet. I'm not saying that's not possible, because you could get approved from multiple companies. So you might get 20K from this company, 50K from this company, 30K from that company, to get to your overall goal of money. Because it, just like a credit card, you can apply for multiple ones. You can apply for multiple loans as well with different companies. But you getting it all in one loan through me, not possible. But it is possible to get multiple. And I'll say, well, it's not possible yet. One repo on Experian. Okay. That's all you want? That's all you need to get, is just one repo off? If you just need that one repo off, Andrew, you can just pay $800, and I'll take care of that for you. I'm reading here, trying to catch up. Do you offer long-term AUs, i.e. month-to-month extensions with a fee attached? AD Hinton. Yes, I do, actually. Great question. Great question. You can pay additional. I have different agreements with different AU partners to where you can ride an AU as long as you want. I had a client ride an AU all the way through his home buying process. So he rode it from, and this was last year. He closed on his house in October. So I want to say from like February, March, around that February, March, April time, he rode that all the way until October. So you can pay additional to do that. Price is going to vary depending on what I have with that AU partner. Some of them is $50 I have to pay, and I'll charge like $75. You know, I give them 50, I'll take 25. You know, everything real. And some of them are more. Just depends on the card, the limit, and all that. Whatever I have set up with that person. And also depends on availability, because if there's a lot of people waiting in line for that card, you possibly can't ride that card. You got to tell me up front. You can't tell me like, oh, right before it's about to fall off, oh yeah, I want to keep riding on that card. Like, no, you have to let me know well in advance, because I have people plan to go on these cards. All right, and y'all didn't miss anything. Y'all that relate. I hadn't even gone over the perfect profile yet, right? I just been answering questions, going off on my own little personal stuff. But I'm about to get into that here once I finish these last couple questions, and I'll come back to questions after I give the information people have been waiting for to get. Let's see, what's the minimum amount of primary account should you have before AUs, and how new can they be? Minimum amount of primary accounts to get funding. You can get funding with, I mean, I've had somebody get a credit card with no AUs. They didn't get every approval, but they still got something. I'm sorry, no primaries, only AUs. But if you're talking about the ideally, I would say 4, based on experience. If you want to get the maximum amount, 4. Also, having at least 2 years is ideal, if not 4. 4 accounts, 4 years, or 4 accounts, 2 years. That is that's just perfect. Doesn't mean that you can't get funding before that. I'm just talking about the highest level of funding as far as credit cards with every single place that you apply to. But you can have 3 months, 6 months, and get some funding as well. If you got some AUs attached, you can still get some nice funding. But everybody's definition of nice is different. Some people are just happy getting a couple of thousand. Some folks are happy getting 10, 20,000. If you want 10, 20,000, I mean, it's just the older the better. But as far as answer your question, Steve, minimum, I mean, you can have 1. It's just better to have more. You look at better, they give you more money. Actually, where can I go to get the trade? Trade lines are the ones I was talking about, the rant. Those are the ones I'm talking about that are in my video. They're in the description. That's the ones that she's talking about, the ones that she got through me. See, I need 3 months to come up with that. Will the pricing be the same? As of right now, the pricing is going to be the same. Not sure how the future is going to hold, but right now, that's what it is. Thanks. UIS will come in handy for my real estate investing and business funding. Absolutely. I paid for the consultation with Jay, and he helped me to do it. I'm not sure. He does have videos on how you can do it yourself. Links in the description. I'm an owner-operator trucker, made $165,000 gross income last year. Okay, you should have no problem with getting funding then. What is an inquiry? An inquiry, it can be a soft inquiry or a hard inquiry. And an inquiry is just when somebody pulls your credit, or when you pull your own credit. If you were to pull your own credit, it'll be a soft inquiry. If somebody else was to pull your credit, most of the time they do hard inquiries. You have to ask to see if they're actually going to do a soft pull or a hard pull on your credit. Hard pull will affect your score. It'll affect your credit worthiness. It actually shows to other companies that somebody has pulled your credit. If you have a soft inquiry, it won't show that to everybody. Or let me not say that. I'll say that it won't be in effect if somebody does a soft pull on your credit. It won't hurt your credit. But it's just somebody looking at your credit to see if you qualify for loan services, basically, with them. When I filed my taxes, I tried to have so many deductions to pay as little. The net income is probably on paper $50K. How will being an S corp affect my personal loan funding? Oh, trust me, I understand that. That's all I do is get deductions. So you still make plenty of income though, even though you have those tax returns that show. I mean, it still shows your gross income. Looking at your net income being $50K on paper, you still shouldn't have a problem with getting a loan whatsoever. But let's go into the perfect profile here. Let's talk about that. All right. Get this off my screen. There we go. So let me tell you what's perfect. Now, everybody's going to debate what they believe is perfect. This is opinion. This is based on experience. So keep that in mind. Now, perfect. Of course, having no increase is perfect. That's going to be 100% perfect. Not realistic for everybody, but that's perfect. Now, a good range to be in is 0 to 3. That's still really, really, really excellent. Once you get into 4, you start getting a little like, okay. Once you get 5, you kind of want to stop. Once you get 5 increase on your credit report, if you're not going to remove them off, you're going to let them sit for 2 years, don't apply for nothing else. That's where you want to stop at. Maximum will be 7 because now your score is going to be affected really, really badly once you start going that high. But you definitely do not want to go over 7 under any circumstances, unless you're going to get them removed from some service, whether that's mine or somebody else's. Okay, you can remove account holding increase. Okay, this account has 33 total accounts. I promise you, out of 33 accounts, they have some that's open. So when people ask me, can you remove account holding increase? Yes, you can remove those. See, those went off and the account stayed the same as far as total accounts. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in that a little bit more. All right, so for total number of accounts right here, this area right here, the ideal number to be at is going to be 20. A lot of people are going to be younger to where they're not going to have 20. I'm just telling you what is the excellent area to be in here, because you know a lot of people tell you don't have enough not history, but you don't have enough. Your profile is too thin. That's what I say. Your profile is too thin. So when you have over 20 accounts, your profile is fantastic. What's going on, Alex? Derogatory marks, of course, perfect is 0. You don't even want to be anywhere outside of 0. Okay, age of credit history, very, very important. Now, the ideal number you want to be at is 9 years of history. 9 years. Okay, if you have an average of 5, that can still maximize your funding. 5 years is fantastic for funding. 9 years is just extra, extra sexy for funding. Okay, all funding. All right, credit card utilization, this is at 21%. This is not excellent, but it's good. Being under 30 will tell you it's good. If you want excellent, be at 9% or lower than 9%. That's where you want to be at. And of course, it goes without saying 100% on the payment history. Okay, if you can help that, 100%. Now, if you want to see your score go up ridiculously, pay down your utilization. Get your utilization down under 9%. If you stop listening to the Credit Karma suggestions or what you see in these blogs on credit, get your credit card utilization at 9%. Don't put it at 0. Get it to 9 as far as overall. Or 1% if you don't want to have 9. No, I didn't ask you, Siri. Okay? Get it there. I promise you, when people tell you that utilization has to be 30%, Your score might be 700. Pay that thing down to 9%. That score going to be like 760. Just by doing that, just by getting that under control, under that 9% mark, that's going to make everything perfect. Perfect. And that's why I tell the people to get AUs. I don't make them. They say, well, can I get funding without an AU, Jay? I'm like, yeah, you can get funding. You want to get a 10K, 20K credit card? Probably won't get that, but you can still get funding. But having that amount up, having that average up, is what's going to get you where you want to be. They're always going to look at that average credit history. And they're also going to look at how old is your oldest account. What's the oldest account you ever had? For a lot of people, their oldest account is their first credit card in college or their college student loan. So if you have that to where you don't have any derogatories, you might not have a payment yet. It might be deferred. But if you have it to where it's low, well, that's the credit card, I'm sorry. If you have it to where it's not reporting any late payments, that might be 10, 20 years of history you have just on that student loan or that old credit card that you did have when you got back in college. Anyway, anybody have any questions about that so far? Can I use pay statements? What do you mean by pay statements? I'm sorry. What's good? Does the oldest account include the AU? The oldest account will include the AU for certain things, but they still want to make sure they want to see what your oldest primary account is as well. Now, when you're talking about getting credit cards, that's easy. I'm talking about other funding, not just credit cards. But for credit cards, it's a computer system. Every computer system is different, and that's why it's really easy for a lot of people to get Navy cards with high limits because their computer system is very lenient. Sorry, checking the message there. Trying to see if there's anything else I can actually show you for that as far as the profile. And I'm just going back through some messages and some other ones that I've seen or the ones that clients have sent me. Cut that off. I don't want that to start charging me. And I'm still looking at your questions. Don't have any business credit trade lines at the moment. Elizabeth Hugh Jones, how can I sign up for your credit repair services? Traditional credit repair, Elizabeth, or do you want a credit sweep? And either way, you can actually call my assistant. She's standing by at 1-8333 J knows 1-8333-556697, and she can help get you squared away. What about Credit Karma? Everything 0 except 25 total accounts on all the bureaus. Basically, I need to build enough credit. Everything is past 7 years. Okay. Okay, and your credit history is 100%, Carissa, as well. And you have some primary accounts still reporting. And what's your overall goal, Carissa? Are you trying to get some credit cards? What are you trying to do? I get paid settlements out weekly, and that gets direct deposited into my business account on average $2,500, $300 a week. I have to check on that, actually. Not something I will be able to tell you right off the top of my head. I have to check and see if the paid statements are what the banks or any of the banks are looking for. Or any personal primaries that can be added to business credit. I don't have any at this time that I can tell you about. To get higher loan and credit card funding after the ultimate package. I get why 7,500 is an investment to generate more cash flow and capital. Absolutely. And I'm not charging any back end. There's no other extra back end money involved in that. So once you pay that, you don't have to pay anything else. Will a credit sweep drop my credit even lower since I don't have enough credit history? That depends. A credit sweep can have a positive or adverse effect, but it's not about your score going down. Like, for an example, the one that I just showed you earlier, even though we did something positive for the credit didn't move. The credit score didn't move. Actually, the credit score went down. Well, that's because they had some other things involved with the utilization going up. That one had utilization going up. This one right here, this one went up 15 points, removing the increase off of that. Now, when you're removing things off your credit, it can have an adverse effect because it could be an old account, or like, let's say that you have open accounts you want to get taken off. And now that open account may lower your overall debt to income ratio, but it might hurt your credit card utilization, that ratio. Or it can lower your number of accounts to where you don't have as many open accounts, and that could hurt your score. But your focus is not hurting your score with that. That should not be your focus. If your score drops 30, 40 points from cleaning your credit, that is fantastic. That is not a bad thing, because now the negatives are off. Now you got to get those positives on there. When you get them positives on there, your score is going to jump so much higher than that little 30-point drop you might have just that you might just had. Can't even talk right now. So your focus should not be on what's going to happen to my credit score by cleaning it. Your focus should be, let's clean it, and then let's also build up more credit. And if you need some credit to piggyback off of, that's why you buy authorized users. And that doesn't matter if, like I said, that doesn't matter if I'm doing it or anybody else is doing it. I'm not selling you on getting my service. I try to make that clear in all my videos. I'm telling you this because that's going to help you. All right? Even if you're doing it yourself. $3,000. Not sure what you're talking about there. I'm sorry. I've been going back and forth for questions, Dr. J. My ultimate goal is to buy enough materials to build my own house and get a car. Get the car. Okay, get the car. I want, my apologies. Should I stay with the traditional? I want to be started on my birthday, August 4th. If you have the traditional repair, just let the traditional repair work. There's no point in trying to cut that corner. Now, if you feel like once we get to the June area and you don't have the results you want to get, then we can go to another step at that point. All mine is 0 utilization, no increase, only 20 accounts. That's fantastic. Krista, give us a call so we can get the full picture. 18333 J knows. All right. I can't help myself. I say all right all the time. I'm trying to change my verbiage. You're welcome. Here's one cool thing I got yesterday. This $100 bill. Everybody talks about the blue faces. What about the old faces? Them old faces still spin. I'm gonna start just collecting a whole lot of old face money. I don't need no blue faces. Give me all the old faces. They still cash just like everything else cashes. All right. What we need to do today for the rest of this session is make sure that the people that are watching this right now understand that there's more Fridays in the week. There's more weekends in the year. No, there's more Fridays in the week. No, that's not true. There's more Fridays in this year. There's more weekends in this year. Don't go crazy this weekend. Spend all your money. Save your money. Invest your money. Put money somewhere where it's working for you. Start that business this weekend that you've been holding off on starting. Get out that bed. If you're still in the bed, do something productive for yourself. Do something productive for your family that's going to bring you some wealth. Get you a Roth IRA. Put money in there. Stick money away in there. If you have a business, get you a S Corp. Start investing money outside of your business. Put in some investments because you have a lot of deductions when you have an S Corp and you're investing money in other investments. A lot of money you can put away because you have that S Corp. All right. Please do that. Don't go out here and buying stuff. Right now where I'm at is raining. I know some places where people are at is snowing, or just snow is just still there where they can't really get around. You need to stay in the house, stay in the house. You need to order pizza and spend a little $10, $20 on that. Do that. Don't go to the club this weekend. It ain't popping unless you're in California and Florida. It ain't popping. You ain't gonna miss nobody. All your friends ain't gonna be there. If they are there, they're gonna be broke when they leave. Do something for you. Do something for your future. I've been working on 3 businesses for 2 years now. That's what you got to do. You got to grind it out. Pay on the credit cards. I know to still pay student loans. Can you sweep student loans? Yes. Student loans can be swept. 100%. Also, what happens to the accounts after the sweep? Do we have to still pay on them? Okay, that is a good question I get from people. Do they still pay on them? That's a personal choice. I wouldn't pay on them, but that's something that right now they're talking about, the whole garnishment of people's paychecks and all that from not paying their student loans. That might be coming into law. If you pay attention to the news, if you don't know, Google that. Republicans right now are trying to, or one Republican in particular, is trying to pass a bill into law that will make it possible for them to draft your account, or not draft your account, take out of your paycheck your student loan money before you even get your money. So if that is the case, that's going to hurt people there on that end. But the student loan bubble is going to burst. It's going to pop. Student loan is going to be the next pop that's going to happen. And if something doesn't happen, I mean, it's going to be very, very grim, because everything's going to pop at the same time. It's going to be student loans. It's going to be housing again. Job layoffs, no pensions, all that kind of stuff. It's going to kind of come back up because that wasn't fixed. It wasn't really fixed the first time. It's kind of put a band-aid on that. So it's going to be a lot of things that are going to hit people financially. And so it's very, very important that you just get everything financially set up. But student loans, as far as, I'm sorry, referring to student loans or credit cards. Hold up, I think I missed a message. You don't have to pay on really any account after it's swept. That's more of if it's something like child support. I tell people, if you have child support, still pay your child support, because they can come lock you up if it's child support. Everything else is fair game, you know. Now they may want to close something. Now they can change that account from open to closed, or from open to collection, where that can actually haunt you that way. But I can't tell a person to pay it or not to pay it. If it's not on your credit, you know, that's on you as far as what you want to do after that. But the market will crash again. The whole entire the whole entire economic market here in the United States is going to crash once again. We owe way too much money. can you show me how to set up a Roth IRA? Now you're going into a whole nother thing. I can do that, but that's going to be more of a financial consultation there. You're going to have to pay for that if you need me to do all that for you. That's not part of taxes. Sorry, that's not part of credit. And you're going to have to pay for that consultation if you want me to do all of that for you. I've been working on a business. Do you think Self-Lender is good? Miss Roni D. I've heard a lot of good reports about Self-Lender. I just don't refer anybody to Self-Lender. I just don't do that. Unless they're going to pay me a referral fee or they're showing me something other than what they have. See, I'm not very big into even doing personal, like the personal secured cards. I mean, people can do them. You know, I have avenues of where they can do them, but I don't push them. I don't suggest people to do them. The reason why is because you got to put too much of your own money. You're putting too much up of your own money. And that's why I suggest the bigger lines, like, okay, like the MJC. With MJC, you know, you get a 5K line. Now, I know you got to pay $99 up front. I know you got to buy a product. You got to pay for half the product up front. I know that. You might spend $200, $300, $400, $500 for that. But they're giving you a 5K line of credit. It's easier to invest a quick $300 to get a 5K line than it is to try to put together 5K and borrow that from yourself. You know, it just makes more sense to me to do that. Not knocking it, but I always look at the math equation. Like, okay, what's going to bring me the most value? Is 5K going to bring me the most value, or 500 going to bring me the most value? And if I can spend 500 to get the 5K, I'm going to get the 5K. Oh, Self-Lender pays $25 referral fee. That's good. I mean, I might sign up for their affiliate company and see, and I'll put it somewhere, you know, for people to, you know, they can see it and click on it, you know, if they find it through me, if they don't already have it. But even still, I still won't push it. I won't even, I mean, I'll have it for people to find it. And if they want to do it and they find it through me, they can, you know, pay me that referral fee. But other than that, I'm still not going to endorse it. I'm not going to push it. I have other, like, I'm associated with other places that do secured cards right now that are on my website right now. You can go look at. But I think I mentioned it in like one part of a video back 6-7 months ago. I might have just said, hey, you know, by the way, if you want a secured card, you can come here, click on here, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't make a whole video about it because it's not something I'm trying to push people to do, because you can find secured cards everywhere. And if you want the best secured card, I would get Discover. Discover has the best secured card out there. And plus, once you get Discover secured card, and then you upgrade that secured card to an actual card. Like, I don't know what it is about the Discover algorithm, but when you have Discover on your credit report, it's like you can't be denied for stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. You get Discover on your credit report, it's like it's like you own the world. You'd think that'd be an Amex. But you get a Discover card, you get a Discover card AU on your account, a secured card or a credit card, man, it's like perfect. It's like, man, it's like you can't lose. It's like you can't not get approved for something when you have Discover. And I endorse them, and they're not even paying me. I'm just saying because I know that they are great for my clients. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yep, I will. Jay, can you elaborate on making residual income? There's a lot of things you can do for residual income. A lot of people just aren't willing to do the work in order it takes to actually get it and build it up. They give up too early. Whether that's network marketing, affiliate marketing, selling out of your trunk, doing Amazon FBA, doing wholesale flipping, doing Target flips and Ross flips, even with trying to get real estate and rent out properties or do wholesaling or anything to do with money, period, just making money, people give up too early. That's why they don't get the results. It's not that they don't work. Everything works. Everything. I don't care what anybody says. Every system that was created works. I don't care if it's door knocking. I used to knock on doors to sell. So I know door knocking works. No matter what somebody else tells me, I know if I go into a neighborhood and I work, somebody's going to buy my product. I don't care if I'm selling knives through Cutco, if I'm selling vacuums, I don't care if I'm selling bottled water and they got 17 brands of bottled water in the store. I will make a sale because every system works. But if you don't understand what you have to do to make the profit, you're going to give up before you make any profit. You're going to give up before the snowball effect happens. And here's a good example. When it comes to, oops, let me actually check something real quick. Just thinking about money right now. I need to check on something. I actually have a day trade in right now. I was like, oops, I'm actually so here's my day trading for today. That's my profit for today so far at $647. I already withdrew $1,000 out of the account. And my active trade right now is right here. I'm actually down on this trade. Is it real time? Yep, I'm down on this trade I have right now. So I'm actually down live money. I'm down $234, $240 right now on this trade. But in close profit, I already got $647. So if I was to close the trade out right now, I'd be still up $400 for the day. But anyway, it is kind of like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had trading. Sometimes I forget things like that. had to snap back to reality. Like, hold up, I still got trades in. It's Friday. It's not 5 o'clock yet. The market closes at 5 o'clock today. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Had to look at that money. Like, hold up, where am I at for today right now? I know I kind of threw my whole self off there. I just had to snap back. Let me go back to my questions to let's see. Oh, the making money part. Yeah, so sorry. I got thrown off there. My apologies. I had to go back and scroll and see where I was at. But yeah, most people are not, they're just not willing to do the work it takes in order to make the money, to be successful in anything. You know, people are like, I want to start selling my own hair cream. I want to start selling shirts. I want to start selling shoes. And it don't work in the first month, 2 months, 3 months. Good example is even in network marketing. Most people spend $300, $400, $500 to get started. Oh, that's that pyramid thing and all that, and they let that people get to them about it being a pyramid, and they don't understand that their job is a pyramid, and so they got owners, managers, supervisors, employees, just like a pyramid, but they keep letting that thought process, oh, I'm not joining your pyramid thing, or you know, they're not selling any services or products through their pyramid, and they don't understand the ratio that it takes in order to get people to come to a meeting, to hear a presentation. They don't understand the numbers game that you have to go through in order to make the sale. So they say it doesn't work, or I tried one of the things before and it didn't work for me, you know. And network marketing, I made a lot of money from network marketing, but when I started, I didn't. I went through 3 companies before I made my first $100. So I spent thousands before I made 100. But that experience taught me a lot, and then I used that in order to launch myself into making tens of thousands to actually over 100,000 from network marketing. So I don't care what it is. Like, if you know what to do, like I had a client call me a while back. I'm not sure if he's still watching my channel or not. He may be watching today. It's just random. But he called me because he drives Uber. I used to drive Uber. So I was like, yo, he said he need to make some money. He's not making enough money. I said, bro, what are you doing on Saturdays? What are you doing on Fridays? What are you doing on Mondays? Because when I worked Uber, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get everybody to work. Then I'd take a break, and then I'd take everybody to lunch. Then I'd take a break, and I get everybody from school. I pick up people's kids from school. Parents be calling me on the phone, hey, pick up Johnny for me. And I'd be there to pick up Johnny, and they send me some tips. And I was selling cupcakes for my wife in my I had cupcakes on ice. I had samples of cakes in my car for my wife's business. I was selling her cakes. And on the weekends, on Friday and Saturday, I was selling shots of alcohol. I actually went to the store. I bought tequila, vodka. I bought some Simply Lemonade, Simply Blueberry Lemonade, and I mixed that stuff and I put it in little cups. And I had a what do you call it? A cooler in the back on ice, and I had it in there. So then I would sell the people, have them turn it up. I would sell them for $3 or $4 a shot. And then when the bars closed and stopped selling alcohol at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's here where I live at, I would start selling all of my stuff. Because they're like, hey, man, I wish I had some alcohol right now. Hey, well, you're in luck. You're in the right Uber. I got alcohol in the trunk. You know, then the price would go up from $2, $3 a shot to $5 a shot. And I mixed drinks already prepared. I didn't have to mix. I just stop the car, get out the car, get the drinks, hand to my passengers, get the cash, put it in my pocket, and leave. And so I would make an extra $100, $200 a night doing that, on top of I'm out on the weekends, Friday, all the way to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then Saturday, I get up early in the morning and get all the walk of shame people, and I drive all throughout that day until 5 a.m. again. So I was grinding all through the week, and I would kill $1,600 weeks with Uber. $1,600 a week with Uber. And so, like, if you want to make money, like, everybody just has so many excuses of why they can't, and this, I got kids, I got blahs, I got this, Nobody cares. Make some more money. I got bills. Nobody cares. Make more money. I want to go on vacation, but I can't. Nobody cares. If you want to do it, make it happen. You know, blind folks, they don't get that, man. There was no Uber Eats when I was doing it. There was no Uber Eats. There was no tipping in Uber. I had to create my own ways to make tips. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just excuses, man. Like, if you want to get it, if you need to make things happen, you will make things happen. You know? You just gotta be willing to do the work. Like, nobody cares. Work harder. You know? That's the main thing. I'm sorry I didn't mean to go off on that, but I'm very passionate about that kind of thing. Excuse me. Let's see. Trying to get to the questions. Get to the questions. Crash is good for those who are prepared and ready to capitalize. Credit plus cash flow, streams of income. That's what I'm talking about. Utilization went from 15% to 14%, and my score went up 14 points. That's what I'm talking about, man. That thing it's a beautiful thing. You get that utilization down, Anthony. I'm telling you. Positive for those who can't get approved during the cleaning process. 680 minimum score for Discover secured card. But I feel you completely. Yeah, I mean, it's their card is just fantastic. Do you provide credit repair services? Silas, absolutely. 1-833-J knows 1-833-556697. We can give you a consult, get you started. Oh, I did Cutco too. Once I do the sweep, will the negative items ever return? No. I get that question so much. I don't know. Are people out here repairing credit sweeps and stuff is coming back? I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. I was like, what's the point of that? I don't have a service for that. Well, I kind of know the point of it if you want to do it, but it shouldn't cost you a lot of money to do it if you're trying to do something for 1 month to go buy something. But no, this is a real sweep where it's getting rid of everything. Well, with trading is a whole nother service. I charge $297 for trading sessions. I do two sessions. I have 100% success rate of students, so I care more about the success rate than I do care about your money. So if you can't follow directions with the first session, you won't be allowed to even do a second session. One 1-833-556697. 1-833-J knows. That's what it goes for. All right. But it's all fraud, though. As long as you know the law, they can't do ish. Stay out the school school anyways. Entrepreneurship. Facts. Regarding your Forex trading, how long are your classes? My classes are 90 minutes. Do you do the training via Skype or what method? It's all through a webinar system. I have one. You don't have to download any type of software on your computer. You just click on it and you're on the webinar. Hustle, hustle. I sell my quick clothes and shoes on Letgo. Some weeks are good, others are straight trash, but I stick with it because I make lots of good money since I'm a shopaholic. Yeah, I'm on Letgo too. Can you say the number again? Okay, I said that. Also, coupon and sell care packages where I may get lots of free, but flip it. Got to change your mindset, definitely. So you triple your money trading consistently trading. All right, Steven. Or Steve. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Steven. All right. So the main goal of trading is not just to focus on trying to trade your account daily, weekly, monthly. That's how you don't make money. That's how you start chasing goals. I don't chase goals. You don't chase goals with trading. What you do when you're trading is you trade your setup. If you have a setup and you have a target, you trade that. People get caught up so much in trying to make daily, what they're going to make daily, what they're going to make weekly, what they're going to make monthly, trying to double their account, triple their account. I got to make $500 this week. I got to make $5,000 this month trading, blah, 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 blah. That's my goal. And there's nothing wrong with having goals. Let me tell you what I teach my students. This is my tips with people who are trading. I say your goal every month should be to trade your setups. That's it. Trade your setups. That's all I want you to do. You see a setup, don't be afraid to pull the trigger and enter that trade. Get in that trade, set your stop loss, set your take profit based on what you see, and make sure you have a 1-to-3 ratio. You're risking 1%, for an example, to make 3%, or you're risking 5% to make 15%. That way, if you lost 5 trades in a row and you won 5 trades in a row, give you a quick example. Let's say for 5%, you lost 5 trades in a row. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25%, right, that you lost. That can be in a week, a month, whatever. You saw your setup, you traded your setup, you lost 5 for that week. So you lost 25%. But you also won 5 for that week or that month or that whatever. Your reward was 15% though. So you got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Right? So you got 75% that you made in profit. Then you got 25% that you lost. So for the week, the day, the month, whatever, you're still up 50% profit. Most folks don't get that concept. That's why they don't know how to trade. That's why they lose money trading. That's why they're not consistent. That's why they kill themselves, because that stuff does really actually happen. That's why they wives leave them, because they trade too much and they don't know their proper risk reward ratio and all that kind of thing. So if you want to learn more about that, how I trade, what I look for, I have what's called the 8 pillars of trading success. You learn 4 things from the first session. You get homework for 10 days. With that homework, you got to send that homework into me. I'll look at the homework. If I don't like your homework, you got to redo it for another 10 days. If I like your homework after that next first or whatever 10 days, you have my blessing to take my second course. If I don't like your homework, I will not even allow you to send me $300, $297 to take my second part, because you're not ready. If you don't learn the first part, you're not qualified. Your money does not qualify you to pay me for the second part. I care more about the success rate than I care about your $297. I will send your money back to you if you try to pay me anyway. I say, no, you're not ready for my second class. Go back, do more homework, because something is not clicking, or we need to do a refresher of the first thing we just went over, because something you didn't write down, you didn't record it, or something. So we need to go back over it. But yeah, anyway, that's it for that. Let's get back to the rest of these questions. And don't want to bore y'all to death. I know everybody's not really like, man, I didn't come here for no trading talk. My bad. I have learned more from you regarding credit than my whole life, and I'm 31. Shaking my head. I believe in the future everything will be self-taught online. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And that's a sad thing that, you know, as kids, you know, growing up, you're going through middle school, you go through high school, you go through college, there's not no money classes that are part of the curriculum. You can actually take electives on finances and all that. But even with those classes, they don't really teach a whole lot. They teach you all these little statistic numbers and all this kind of crap. They teach you how to run somebody else's business. They don't really teach you really the things about money. You don't really learn about money like that. So, yo, this tray right now is kicking my butt. Man, come on, man. I'm still in profit for the day. You know, I'm not panicking, nothing like that. But like, man, I thought things was going to start going off, man. Not making me very happy. But a lot of people just aren't in the right mindset about their life. Like, you don't have time. There's no reset button, you know? There's no reset. I tell people all the time, like, you only live twice. They're like, what you mean? Like, I thought it was YOLO. Like, yeah, you live twice. You know, if you believe that, you know, there's an afterlife or something like that. If you don't, you only live once then. And if you only gonna live once, if that's your motto, then you gotta start living, man. You ain't got no time to do nothing. You ain't got time to do nothing out here. Like, you gotta go get it. You gotta start making the decision that, yo, you gonna make it no matter what. You gonna fix your life. You gonna fix your credit. You gonna travel. You gonna get this business. You gonna change your last name, the way your last name is looked at on paper. And it's not judged. It's praised. Like, you gotta make those decisions, man. A lot of people just aren't ready to jump out there, man, and do what they gotta do to be successful. And you know, these school systems, man, all they care about is their bottom line. They don't care about doing anything to put you in a financial place to win. They care more about putting you somewhere where you have to struggle, where you have to go back to school and go back to school and go back to school and get more and more and more knowledge about something you can't apply. Like, I want everybody here to think real quick, if I can ask you to do something for me. And I want you to be totally honest, because if you can't be honest with yourself, then who can you be honest with? And you don't even have to respond. If you want to respond, that's fine. If you don't want to respond, I want you to internalize this question. And this is going to go for a lot of people who believe that school is everything. So this is probably going to hurt a little bit. I'm going to tell you anyway. I want you to think about this. When you were in the 10th grade, I want you to forget everything that you learned back when you were in basic 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. Forget about that for a second. I want you to go back to when you were in the 9th and 10th grade. What did you learn from the 9th and 10th grade in school that you can apply to your life today? Not from sports, not from gym, not from your friends, from the actual classroom. What did you learn from that curriculum that you were taught that you apply to your life right now today? I'm not talking about basic math you learned in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. I'm talking about basic adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. I'm talking about your geometry class. In geometry, what are you applying today to your life? That's helping you make money. You're applying it at your job. You're applying it every week in your life. What is it? Okay, here's something else. Your first year in college, tell me something that you're taking from your first year of college that you're applying to today that you learned in the classroom. Think about that. Internalize that. Have that question and that answer. Have that answer for yourself internally, or you can write it. Totally up to you. What are you applying? All the money you spent, all the time you spent in classrooms. Can you think back to a time when you weren't in traditional first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade school, once you got all the basics, everything out the way, that you're actually applying to your life today. That's helping you. That's putting you in a position to win. See, I like people to think. That's all I want you to do is think. I don't like people to just give me answers and tell me stuff just to blow smoke and to feel good in big rooms with different people in suits and all that kind of stuff. I don't care about that. What can you apply? That's what it's about for me. For everybody, it's not like that. And I don't say that to be funny. I want people to think that I'm trying to be funny. I just want people, I like people just to think about where they are, what they've done, what they valued as important. A lot of people value degrees as important. Nothing wrong with having goals and having accomplishments and all that. But if I can't apply it, I mean, like I don't understand. Like, you know, I don't understand the point. But if you're not being a doctor, if it's not for you being a doctor or a lawyer or, you know, that profession where you need to have that education for that, you know, I don't see the point. So I go from limited knowledge to success after your course. Yeah, my course is like that. Like, it's not even, I don't do big words. If you want jargon, you can get the jargon from any book. I can tell you where to find the jargon at if you want to have all the big words and all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to teach you how to make money. You want to make money? Show you that. You want to do the right proper risk to reward management? Show you that. Show you what to look for, confirmations. I don't do any type of indicators. I don't use indicators whatsoever. I don't have any indicators on any chart that I've ever traded. And so you learn how to really trade. How to use all naked charts. So if you're willing to learn and you're willing to, you know, be humble, you can make money and be successful. It literally is just like that. You're just applying simple principles to your trading. Everything else is BS. Everything else is big words, jargon, and trying to impress you. I don't try to impress nobody. I show people live stuff all the time. Like, I'm not even, that's the whole point of me doing live sessions. Like, anybody can fake something and copy it and paste it and all types of stuff like that. Like, you know, that's why I do live sessions. People can see, like, yo, I'm not playing. I did trade futures when time permits, ESCL and GC. Black parents don't really teach us about credit or finance. It's sad but true. That's facts. Don't let that one trade eat up your daily profits. That is facts. And it won't. You know, right now it'll put me at 50%. Like, you know, what I made today, 647. Right now I'm down 300 some change. So, you know, that'll still put me at half of my profit for the day. I made yesterday I lost 400 for the day. Day before that I profited 1,200. Day before that I profited a little bit over 1,000, like 1,060, something like that. So I'm still up for the whole entire week. That's the thing. People are going to tell you all the things, and they're always winning, they're always this. No, dude, you lose trades. If you understand your losses and you know what to do when you lose and how to properly lose, then when you walk into a chart and you already have that thought process that you're going to lose a trade, then your day will go a lot better. Let's see. College was a freaking waste of time and money. I have a PhD. I own my own truck and have been driving for almost 2 years. My classmates make 40K in their field, and they thought I was dumb for getting a CDL. Facts. But Basically, grade school up to the 6th grade. The rest of school through college is a scam. Oh man, it's about the money. Forget the degrees. I make $2,000-3,000 a week net. Facts. Price action trading. Price action over everything. I feel like I'm in school every day, sitting here watching these vids in my pockets with my funding. It's about to be fat. Can't wait. Hi, late. What's going on, Brenda? How you doing? Brenda is one of my newest clients here. Try to be the first one in class every day, sitting at the front with my hands up. But I'm glad you got a chance to actually join us. I appreciate that. I'm just going to go ahead and set my stop. I didn't set a stop on here earlier. That's why I kind of entered the trade before I got it on this live. And I forgot to set a stop loss. So I'm going to go ahead and set my stop now based on what I'm willing to lose on this trade. And then I'm going to go about doing what I do. 1.30440. Modify stop. 1.30440. Modify. Stop loss is set. All right, go about my business. Man, I've been out here for 106 minutes. My goodness, I done ran out of gas. That's what I get for not filling my gas tank up the other day. I went and got like $10 because I was like, I'm gonna go to my gas station and fill up because my gas on my side of town is cheaper, and I still ain't fill up. My gas is on 6 miles to 0. So I'm trying to get this heat though. I'm like, man, look, it's cold. But yes, if I have any questions for me before I get out of here, get back to the family. My son is home as well. Like I said, he didn't get no sleep last night. I wasn't going to put him in school daycare today because he was going to act a freaking fool. And I was going to have to give him a spanking. So I was like, nah, you need to go ahead and stay home. He in the house with the wife right now. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do my session in the car, so you're not talking my head off today. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? I want to talk about Deuteronomy, Leviticus. Anybody want to talk about money, investments, taxes? Before any last questions? Oh, I got something I want to mention here before I go, if nobody else does. I do have, do I keep Shabbat? What's that? I do have something I want to mention. I am doing my authorized user affiliate program. I will make an official video about that. I do have an AU affiliate program where a person can sign up to be an affiliate. You can call my assistant about that as well. And if you have some credit cards, you have some AUs available on your credit cards, everything but Amex charge cards. And some of the regular Amex credit cards, they don't report the history either. And that's another thing. If you are buying a AU, make sure you're getting an AU that's not an American Express, because it will not report the credit history. It's only going to report back 1 month, and you're going to waste your money on that AU. And whoever sold you that is going to run off on the plug. Just letting you know. So, if you do get that, you're just getting it just for, you know, a purpose to, as far as an Amex. If you're getting one, you're just getting it just to kind of boost your overall utilization, but you're not getting it for the history. So as long as you understand that, you can get one. But if you're not knowing that going in, walking in, you'll be wasting your money. Okay. The next thing, oh yeah, so then finish up with the AU affiliate program. So you can make anywhere between $50 and $300 for every person you add on to your credit card as an authorized user. Requirements: you got to keep your balance at least 12% or lower. You have to have perfect credit history on that particular card. No missed payments ever on that card. Like I said, as long as you got some credit history, your credit history and the amount of credit available, or the amount of the total card that's on that card, $37,000, $15,000 card, $5,000 card, whatever it is. The higher the amount, And the higher the years of history, the more money that you can actually make from that card from me. All you gotta do is add people on. They don't actually get a physical card. You should know that. So you're just making basically free money by adding people on every 2 billing cycles to your card, filling that thing up, making some money. So if you want to become a partner, you can become a partner. I do have a form you got to fill out for that. I cannot put the form in here because I'm on my iPad and it doesn't allow me to post my information. I can't write, I can only read, which is stupid. Hope they update this thing. Oh, 7th day of rest. I like I need rest, but I'm on my grind too. I'm gonna tell you what my grind is. I'll tell you what my goal is right now. My goal is to be the most important person on YouTube when it comes to credit. Now I know there are people out there who are more important than me right now, who have more subscribers, they have more viewers, they have more. I'm very, very, very competitive in a non-competitive way. What I mean by that is, you know, I don't downplay anybody or what they do. That's not how you become successful. You don't become successful by talking down. The only thing you hear me talk down about is Lexington Law. I'll talk about that down publicly, and the MyFICO app because it freaking sucks. Other than that, my competition, or what people call my competition, I don't see why they call them competition, because I have no competition, because I compete with myself. But I want to have the most content. That's why I do these lives every day. I want to have the most information that's real. And so if I can become important in that context, that's my goal. And so I'm on my own personal grind to make sure I'm giving out wealth of information and knowledge through lives, through regular videos, posting content, because that's why y'all get on YouTube. You get on YouTube for content. You don't get on YouTube just to watch a video somebody posted 7 months ago and wait for a video every 7 months. You want to follow somebody who's actually making new content for you to actually get some value from, or laugh at. That could be the value, or whatever the case would be, or dance, or listen, you know, or groove, or whatever. That's why you come on YouTube. You come on YouTube for the content. So I want to be the most important person on YouTube, credit-wise, tax-wise, even when it comes to, you know, wealth of financial information. Everybody's gonna go through the big guys and the financial gurus and the Warren Buffetts and things like that for stuff, and that's always gonna be the case for that. I just want to be the person where I know that I'm giving out consistent value, consistent information, and people can't take that away from me. That's my goal. So I'm on my grind. That's my grind right now, is be able to be that person here on this platform. So that's why I look the way I do. I'm always going to look somewhat tired sometimes, but when you have a goal in mind, man, tired is nothing but a bodily feeling that you can get over. You know, get some coffee. Oh, David, I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to start at MJC this weekend. Is there another trade that's easy, just for a few dollars? Mayan, watch my video. I think is that Mayan, or I just say Mr. or Mrs. Roberts. I would say watch my video on the $14,000 trade lines if you're subscribed. Watch that video. There's other lines there as well. Do any of those primary trade lines you spoke about do hard inquiries on building my credit? If so, which one should I avoid? Jimmy, MJC is the only one that will possibly do an inquiry. The other 3 will not do an inquiry whatsoever. Regarding the Forex after the training, do you provide ongoing support? Absolutely. You definitely get, I mean, I'm sensei. That's what everybody calls him, sensei. So I'm the sensei. You can always hit me up about stuff, questions and all that. I saw something about trades. What's up with that? I just mentioned that, Mr. Villefranc. I don't know if you got lost and you have to come back, but I just talked about that as well. 6 rounds into credit repair at $100 monthly and not satisfied. Do you have a better program, Juan Pablo? Yeah, if you want to get stuff all fast, I got a credit suite for you, man. If you don't want to go through the traditional service, you can go through my service. Or I have a company that you can come with now. You can pay $79 and $120 a month, and they'll actually give you results. Right now, I hope you're not paying Lexington Law because they suck. But I do have a better program you can get. Definitely call 1-8333-556697, which is 1-8333-J-KNOWS, the letter J, K-N-O-W-S. All right. But I'm going to go in here and I'm going to feed my face because I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry right now. Hopefully y'all learned something about when you start with any services today. If you got paid today, you want to do something for yourself, invest in yourself as far as your credit, give us a call. If you want to invest in yourself as far as, you know, investing some money, starting an account because you haven't started an account yet for savings, please start a savings account. Please get a Roth IRA. Please get a CD, 2-year certificate. Go to Navy, get something. If you got Navy Federal, put more money under your mattress. Put it in your savings account. I mean, just don't blow money today. Do something on Friday that most people will not do today, and that's don't blow money. Invest it somewhere, or just hold on to it like you Dave Chappelle. You know Dave Chappelle, you know that picture of Dave Chappelle holding that money like he just like this. Like, oh, it's my money. Hold that money. Hold on to that money if you need to. But it's a good thing to invest it. Invest your money. Let that money work for you. Let it do something. That's just a better thing to do with your money, is invest it somewhere where it's going to bring you some more money. And that's all I got for you guys. Y'all have a great day. Favorite guy in the hoodie, or at least he's trying to be. J Knows Credit. It's worth the inquiry, you know, if you want that 5K. But y'all have a great day. Jay out.